Some crimes are so evil, so beyond forgiveness, that ordinary people decide the law isn't enough. And when that happens, when a regular person takes justice into their own hands, history never forgets it. These are 3 true stories of vigilantes who became legends, and every single one of them will make you question what you would have done. Story 1. January 16, 1989. A man is walking through Baton Rouge Airport when he sees the person who destroyed his life. Jeff Doucette kidnapped this man's 11-year-old son, took him across state lines, abused him for weeks before the FBI finally caught him. And now, here he was, being escorted through the airport in handcuffs, surrounded by police, untouchable. Or so he thought. Gary Plauché, the boy's father, was waiting by a payphone with a revolver. As Doucette walked past, Gary raised the gun, pressed it against Doucette's head, and pulled the trigger. On live television, in front of dozens of cameras. The footage is horrifying, but the courtroom outcome shocked everyone. Gary Plauché received a suspended sentence, 0 jail time. The judge, the jury, even the prosecutor didn't want to convict him. To this day, Gary Plauché is known as the father who did what any parent would want to do. Story 2. Skidmore, Missouri. Population 245. And for decades, one man terrorized all of them. Ken McElroy stole livestock, burned down houses, beat a 70-year-old grocer with a rifle in broad daylight, and every single time he walked free because witnesses were too afraid to testify. He'd sit in his truck outside their homes just staring. Everyone knew what that meant. Until July 10, 1981. McElroy walked into the town bar, ordered a drink, and moments later, gunshots rang out. He was struck by multiple bullets and died on the spot. The bar was packed. 46 people were inside. Every single one of them saw what happened. And when police arrived and asked who pulled the trigger, all 46 witnesses gave the exact same answer. Nothing. They saw nothing. No one. Not a single person. To this day, the Skidmore vigilante has never been identified. An entire town agreed to bury the truth, and they took it to their graves. Story 3. Phoolan Devi was born into poverty in rural India. Married off at age 11 to a man 3 times her age. Abused, abandoned, and left with nothing. She turned to a life of banditry to survive, robbing from the wealthy upper-caste villages that had oppressed her community for centuries. But in 1981, she was captured by upper-caste men, gang-raped for 3 weeks, beaten, left for dead. She escaped, and she did not forgive. On February 14, 1981, Phoolan Devi led her gang into the village where she was attacked. She lined up 22 upper-caste men and executed every single one. It became known as the Bemai Massacre, and Phoolan Devi became the Bandit Queen. The government hunted her for 2 years before she finally surrendered. Her terms? She would only lay down her weapons in front of a portrait of Gandhi and the goddess Durga, not the police. She served 11 years in prison without trial, and when she walked free, India had changed. She was elected to parliament, twice. The bandit had become a politician. Gary Plauché, the town of Skidmore, Phoolan Devi. 3 stories about what happens when the justice system fails and ordinary people decide they've had enough. The question isn't whether they were right or wrong. The question is what you would have done in their place. If these stories hit differently, if you want more dark history that schools never taught you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell right now, because the next story is already in the works. And trust me, it's even darker.